Check, please.
Unfortunately, the war in Ukraine and Russia is heating up. Paul, civilians are getting killed. There, people in Ukraine are coming to arms. It's a strange and terrifying place.
And their president's a badass.
God, I love him.
What did he do today? He requested a meeting with Putin.
He requested a face-to-face meeting with Putin.
Wow, what a badass. This guy's like incredible.
Which Putin will never
I love this
take.
guy. He's a complete badass. But in general, you know, we obviously are very sorry about what's going on over there. I turn to Paul and Mo, and hopefully you probably turn to YouTube or some other outlets when I basically fear about my investments. I fear for myself. I fear for my family. I don't want to panic sell. I just need some answers as a normal person who's still sort of new at this, Paul. We do not have the 20 plus years of experience.
I don't think experience matters a ton. It does, but I know people with 20 plus years of experience who are morons. So let me ask you a question. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to go to Google and go look at the history of the S&P 500 going back as far as you can. And go look at all the times when we had war. There was a lot of volatility. And what happened as time went on?
Everything's fine.
Everything is fine. So does that mean you shouldn't? Does that mean you should buy as markets go down? If you have a plan for buying low-cost ETFs at a monthly basis and dollar cost averaging, please continue doing that. You'll be very happy you did. If your plan's a value player, and you have certain value investments that are being driven down, then yes, keep buying. But if you're just buying hype stocks because they're going lower, pump the brakes, because valuation still matters and matters the most, especially when there's a lot of volatility. It's no coincidence when the market's up, the NASDAQ's up more. When the market's down, the NASDAQ's down and done. Let's look at today. I think even today, the same thing's happening here. So right now, the NASDAQ is down 1% and the Dow and S&P are basically even. Why? Because when markets are good, the most hype stocks do the best. When markets are bad, those same hype stocks fall the most. I switched my short from the S&P to the NASDAQ 100 because I realized how different the valuation was, and I've killed it compared to the S&P short since January 5th when I changed them out. I love it. But war is going to cause volatility. Oil prices. What's oil at right now?
Yeah, we're seeing
like $108.
Yeah, oil's very expensive, 7-year high.
67.
Gold is in the news now.
Oh yeah, what's gold at?
So in essence, Paul, as a normal person, we still get this question in our community when there's obviously there's fear in the market, there's fear in the world. I mean, sadly, people are dying over there, and you know, I'm getting emails because so I have relatives there actually.
Do you really?
I don't know them, but they have my last name, and there's not many of us.
They reached out to you?
No, but they're over there. I mean, the family's been talking about where they're at, the villages they came from, and I'm not, you know. But I guess the point is, here at Everything Money, we've tried to be a lifeline for you, and maybe giving you a contrarian view of what's out there. But
here's the contrarian view right now. Don't panic. That's it. Don't panic. To me, the valuations are going to cause way more problems for the stock market in the next 5 years than this war in Russia. And I'm assuming that I don't know what's going to happen. If Putin does the absolute unthinkable, I won't even say it on the air, but we all know what I'm saying. That will wreak havoc everywhere for all markets, for everything. But even if that does happen, your job is to buy month in, month out, no matter what happens, because you don't know what's going to happen in the future.
We talked about this in another video, Paul, the concept of being selfish, sounds selfish, and being self-interested in myself, my family, my kids are going to live past me, this war, and their children. I'm trying to set them up for the future. And the
war is going to happen no matter what you do. But your job is to make decisions based on what's going on in the world. Every opportunity to make money has a losing side to it. Somebody lost money in order for you to make money, essentially. I mean, especially if you're shorting like I am. Okay, but at the end of the day, fine. If I sell you this iPhone for $1,000 I paid $500 for, am I evil because I made profit off you? I can make that argument. Where do we draw the line? All I'm saying is be calm. It is a war. It is bad. We are not denying that at all. But what's going to happen in the world is going to happen in the world no matter what you do. Putin doesn't care if you're buying this stock or buying that stock or shorting this or shorting that. He does not care.
If these value investing concepts speak to you, you can join the Everything Money community. You can get the software behind Paul, and you can have all this in the palm of your hands. By joining the community, you'll be joining thousands of people all over the world who speak and communicate just like you on these topics. We help each other. We work together. We day trade. It's incredible. You get the software, you get the data, and all the amazing tools that are coming out in the future. Go to everythingmoney.com or patreon.com/everythingmoney and join today. I'm certain you are in favor of the United States and in particular cities in general. Mike DeWine in Columbus, is they're restricting Russian imports on products, on vodkas. What are your thoughts on that?
When it comes to sanctions, if they want to punish, the biggest thing I'm against is getting involved militaristically over there. Now, I say that with the caution of, if the U.S. has intelligence that Putin's going to pull a trigger on a nuclear weapon, I'm all in favor of adios, Putin. Yeah, I'm all in favor of saving the world there.
Yeah.
But in terms of like us sending military there, if we were going to, and like that, I don't buy into that. Sanctions, sanctions are fine. I haven't really thought about the sanctions, all that stuff. To me, I think it's great that people are showing their support of Ukraine by bashing Russia, because I think Putin hopefully will sit there and say, wait, we're struggling economically. I don't think it's going to happen right now, but maybe it happens after a while. I don't know. But I'm all in favor of people doing what they need to do in order to send the message that they have to Russia and other people in the world, saying, because guess what? I'm sure there's a lot of Russians who are against what's going on right now.
There's a lot of Russians that are.
There's a lot of Russians against Putin.
There's a lot of Russians in Russia that we're getting, or that are saying like, we need to stop.
So guys, as this escalates more, if this escalates more and more, there will be more volatility. If Putin does stupid things, it'll be even worse. Stick to your plan, because we dropped 2 nuclear bombs in 1945, and the U.S. economy and the stock market is so much bigger than it is. Then 10, 15 years later, 20 years later, it was so much larger. And your goal should be decades from now.
And I don't want to minimize what's happening at all, but this is happening in that certain region right now. For now, of course. We had a global pandemic that went across the globe. And look where we are in relation to what it was in March of 2020. Across the globe. And
it went from 40% down to 130% up, or whatever it was.
I'm not trying to say that this is nothing, but it is secluded to a certain region right now. And like Paul said, stick to your plan. Everything's going to be fine in the long run. 10 to 20 years down the road, you will be in a better place if you stick to your plan and don't deviate.
Pooty Poo is getting a little cocky over there. I think
he just came out now and said, I'm sticking to my operation. I'm not deviating. I don't know what that means, but that's what he said.
Listen, listen, I hate to be this guy who has such confidence in the U.S. intelligence, but I have to think they're on overdrive with their operatives in Russia, knowing what's going on over there, and probably know where Putin is at all times. And something needs to happen. I know people say, well, the CIA isn't mandated. Okay, great. They're not mandated. Sounds good. There's a lot of things that aren't mandated that happen all the time. So I'm not trying to make it light of an assassination on Putin, but guys, at the end of the day, if it involves saving nuclear war, the U.S. has got to do something if they're the ones that are able to do it. You know what I mean? And, it's go instead of putting a Facebook flag of Ukraine, donate some money to some organization that helps Ukraine. I'm sure the president of Ukraine is refreshing his Facebook to see how many people put the flag up there to support them. And I get it. It's all about solidarity, but maybe also in addition, say, hey, I'm donating to this a Ukrainian organization or organization that helps. Go do that. And by the way, don't forget about Russian people too, because I'm sure they're not.
I forgot about.
They're not all. They're not in favor. It's just like Saddam Hussein in Iraq. Like, we weren't in favor of Saddam Hussein. You know what I mean? My family wasn't in favor of Saddam Hussein. Just because we were under his regime didn't mean we were in favor of him. That's why we left Iraq in the first place, right? That's why we came to the U.S., because we weren't in favor. So just don't forget that. And countries around Europe, if you can bring some Russian immigrants, people who are fleeing, if that's possible, then great, do it. And Ukrainian.
You can connect with Paul, Mo, and myself in the Our Everything Money chat if you have questions. I think one of the things is we will be putting our money where our mouth is. I will be investing what I consider my normal person money, my Roth IRA this year. And regardless of the markets, I'll be dollar cost averaging in. I do my little book investments, and I keep that very wide open, and so I can answer any questions about people who are searching for answers out there. We want to be here for you. So that's our take. We will update you. Hopefully things get better, and make sure you subscribe. See you next video. Thanks for watching.